Hello and welcome to Baking on a Budget. Now this time what we've got is this wonderful Cumberland pudding. Quite an unusual recipe. It's one that I've never tried before. I've never even tasted the thing before. But I'm going to make one right now and then we'll see how all this comes out. It's a beautiful warm stodgy pudding for the autumn time, you know. As usual, we'll have everything we need to make it over here. I'm going to go through the ingredients, tell you how much, what the quantities are and how much all of this has cost. To begin with, we have 75 grams of self-raising flour, which cost me 4p. We have 75 grams of breadcrumbs, which is about 5p. Homemade breadcrumbs, just bread toasted in the oven, rolled out. We have 75 grams of suet, which is £1 and 3p. We have 75 grams of light brown sugar, which is 27p. We have one lemon at 12p. We have 2 apples at 48p. We have 1 tablespoon of golden syrup at about 25p. And we have 2 eggs at 28p. So the total for this gorgeous pudding is £2.52. And we're going to get 6 really nice servings out of that. So that makes it 42p per serving. Now, as I say, this is a steamed pudding, so what I'm going to do first of all is prepare the basin for this. Okay, so to prepare the basin, what I have here, I think this is about a 1.5 litre basin, a Pyrex basin, and what we want to do is just give that a good coat of lard on the inside so that our pudding will come out easily when it's done. Okay, that is looking good. Now, up a little bit there. Right, now what I have here is a small piece of greaseproof paper, which I've cut into a rough circle, but when I tried it there, it was a little bit large, so I'm just going to trim that down a little bit. That will be better. And this, I've already covered in lard on this side, and the idea is just to put it at the bottom of the basin, press that down, and that again will help the whole thing to free up once it is done. What I also want is another piece of greaseproof paper, large enough to go over the top of the bowl, and we want a piece of tin foil which is slightly larger than the greaseproof paper, and that will fold right the way around. And the only other thing we want for that is some string so that we can tie the silver foil in place once we're ready. Right, so there the basin is prepped. Next thing to do is start putting the ingredients together. And here, as I say, what we have is 75 grams of light brown sugar and 75 grams of suet. To that, 75 grams of self-raising flour. That we also have 75 grams of breadcrumbs. I'm just going to combine all of that. Now, next I'm going to prepare the apples. And to do that, I'm just going to top and tail them first. Then we'll peel them, and then we will core and slice them. Very good. I'm just going to cut these up a little bit smaller into just small chunks like that. Again, personal taste, but I think this will be much better with just little slices of apple in it. Next thing we want to do is get the lemon. I'm just going to zest this lemon straight into the bowl. That will do it, and to that we're going to add the apple, and we will combine all of this. I think what I'll do, I'll make a pouring custard for this as well. Here I have 2 eggs which I'm going to crack into this glass just to beat them a little first. Okay, and with the eggs beaten, they can go into the mix, and then the last thing we want in there is a good tablespoon of this golden syrup. That's a good tablespoon. Now, the idea is to bring all of this together. Right, nearly there with that. Let's make sure all of those dry ingredients are wetted and well combined. Okay, let's get the basin. And with our basin prepared, we just want to spoon this mixture into it. Right, now let's get the lid on this. Pleat this a little, for this may rise and start pushing against it. I want to give it enough room to spread out a little bit. So we'll just pleat that like that, and the other way, like so, and then that will have room to expand as it bakes. So again with this, I'm going to give that a coating of lard. I'll just pull that up a touch. Here it is. And that's it for the greaseproof paper. Now we want the tin foil over the top of the whole thing, and we'll bring that down the bowl like so. And then what we'll want to do is get a piece of string and tie this up. And yes, this can be a little tricky to do, but we'll see how we get on. Right, got the string around there. That's it. And I'll just double knot that, keep it nice and tight. There we are. That will do it. What I'm also going to do is just put a piece of string around it this way to form a sort of a handle so that we can pick it up out of the pot once it's ready. So we want to just set it on top of the string. Bring that around a bit. Just tidy that up. Okay, that's that. Now we need a big pan for this. This is about the largest pan I could find. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a saucer in the bottom of it, turned upside down, and that's just to keep the pudding off the hot surface of the pan itself. You could use a cooling rack if you have one, which would fit your pan, anything like that. Now, we have some boiling water. Right, so here we have the prepared pudding, and that is going to go into the pan, like that. And now I'm going to fill that up with boiling water to about halfway up the basin. That's it about there. A little bit more maybe. Right, that will do it. Now, I'm going to stick the lid on that. I'm going to put it on the hob, just to simmer, and I'm going to leave it there for about 1.5 hours, at which point I'll give it a skewer test and see where we are. That may need topping up with a little more water, but that's okay, we'll just keep an eye on it as it goes. 1.5 hours. Okay, this has been bubbling away for about 1.5 hours. I'm just going to test it with that skewer. Skewer's coming up nice and clean. Happy with that. So what I'm going to do is very carefully take it out of the water, and then we will get this covering off. I'm going to cut the string, and we have another string down here. We'll cut that, and we will take these layers off. Now look at that. That looks and smells absolutely beautiful. Now the trick is going to be to get it out of here, and I'm going to leave it to cool before I attempt that, because we don't want it breaking up, and it is still quite hot straight out of the pan. And whilst that is cooling, I'll just show you what I'm doing for the custard. I'll do a pouring custard recipe in more detail at some point, but essentially what we have here is, I think I had 300 ml of double cream, 200 ml of whole milk, and in this jug here what I have is 4 egg yolks, 2 teaspoons of corn flour, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. And what I'm going to do in a moment is just pour this milk on top of this. And I'm just going to do this very slowly and stir continually. Right, a little bit in there. And I want to keep that stirring. A little bit more. And essentially we want to keep doing the same thing until we've got all of the milk and cream into the yolks and sugar. And then I'm going to transfer it back to the heat, and I'm going to keep stirring until we get it to the right sort of consistency. This is a matter of just applying a little heat, maybe a little much there, and just keep this stirring. It'll start to thicken up, and there we have it, homemade pouring custard. A spoon. If we get a spoon in there, it coats the back of the spoon. That's about right. Delicious. So I'm going to turn the heat off at this point. That can just sit there for a minute or two, and we're just going to check on the Cumberland pudding and see how it is doing. Okay, now that has cooled somewhat, not entirely, but somewhat. And I think we'll be good to go at this point. So I'm going to turn it out onto this plate. Oh, straight out. Look at that. That looks delicious. Smells beautiful. Right, I'm going to let it cool just a touch more. Then I'm going to take a slice out of this, get some custard on it, and I'll tell you what we've got. Take a look at this. Cumberland pudding. That's a really stodgy pudding. And it smells absolutely delicious. I've got it served up here with a little bit of that custard. Let's take a taste. That's fantastic. That is a really filling pudding. This is going to be a great recipe for the autumn coming on and winter. That is beautifully sweet with the apples and the sugar in there and that little bit of syrup. It's done perfectly, I've got to say, 1.5 hours. It's a spongy, fantastic. As I say, I've never made this before, and I've certainly never tasted it before. And I've got to say, well worth it, well worth it. So that's Cumberland pudding. I think it was originally made for the Duke of Cumberland or someone many years ago. But it's an old recipe that I found, and I thought, we'll give it a go, see what it turns out like. And I've got to say, it was well worth it. So that whole pudding cost me £2.52, making this slice 42 pence. A little bit more with the custard, obviously, but just the pudding by itself, 42 pence a serving. So there it is, something new, something quite different, Cumberland pudding. If you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more recipes of this nature in the future, always very simple to make, always very inexpensive, then please do consider subscribing to the channel. In the meantime, I'm going to finish off the rest of this beautiful slice of Cumberland pudding, and I thank you very much for watching.